I want to get into the birthright citizenship topic because I know there's been, the left really thinks they have Donald Trump on this particular topic, mostly because they're retarded. But I want to play Donald Trump signing the executive order ending birthright citizenship. Watch.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the courts? That one is likely to be challenged.
Could be. We think we have good grounds, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out.
You'll find out.
It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, we'll see. We think we have very good grounds.
Sir,
people have wanted to do this for decades.
Now, the left says, oh, we've got Donald Trump on this because Ivana Trump, who, of course, Donald Trump shares children with, his second wife. I get them mixed up. She apparently was not a citizen until after some of their children were born. So Donald Trump's children will need to leave the country. And it's like, no, Donald Trump is an American citizen, you total jackass. That doesn't count. This obviously is for people. There is a tourism industry surrounding this whole birthright citizenship. Women come here before they give birth so that they can just give birth here and then their babies become United States citizens. Like, that's nuts. Yeah. And to his point, nobody else does this. Why would we do this? And that's not what the 14th Amendment was designed for.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, that's all you had?
Yep.
All right, Jason.
I got to be honest, I'm just finding out about this now. I now understand it, that it's been explained to me. No, it's absurd that you can just come over here. And I guess also my mother, who was Guatemalan, maybe I should look into if I'm allowed to be here.
Your mother was not Guatemalan.
Not at all. I'm a human.
Wait.
What? I'm kidding. Guatemalans are hot. I can say that, right?
Supposed to say my mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law was Guatemalan. Was.
Yes. What happened to her?
She died.
So of course the reporter was like, well, legal experts, are saying that the Supreme Court might overturn this because
of retroactive. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Is it like with that argument you just said though? Is it a retroactive thing where they're going to go back?
I think so.
Yeah. So why would that matter?
Yeah, well, 150,000 children are born annually in the United States who don't have an American citizen as a parent.
This is how.
So moving forward,
right.
Yeah, who cares about you?
It doesn't even matter,
right? But moving forward, let's just not do that anymore. It's stupid.
This is how bad it is. You can find news articles where they've talked about this, like a citizenship tourism or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was this really wealthy, oligarch in Russia that was offering this VIP thing. They had these crazy pictures of these basically supermodels that were spending millions of dollars. They come over, they stay in a big yacht off the coast of Miami or whatever. They get a luxury penthouse hotel right there in South Beach, give birth right there in the hotel room, and then boom, they have a citizen, and then they work to get the rest of the family into the country. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
I will say though, for the people that are saying that Donald Trump's being cocky with "we'll see" for a reason. They've been preparing these executive orders for a long time. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we were looking at as far as the lawfare that the left was going to try to do during the election and after was people like Mark Elias and those big-time Democrat lawyers were saying, look, we're going to do what we can, but this is not the same Trump administration of 2017. It's a completely different ballgame. They've come with armies of lawyers backing all of the there's an executive order that he's signing right there, but the real executive order has got exactly what they want to do and a volume this thick of legalese to back it up. So they can try to fight a lot of this stuff. It'll probably take them 4 years to get any kind of finality on it. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
But they doubled down so hard in the last 4 years that you have to do this. He has to come at it like this.
Yep.
And I do understand the idea of that coming to America, especially, being a young country and when it started and why that was put into place. But it's enough is enough. You can only allow so much of this to happen.
Well, and that it was originally put in there to tackle slavery.
Right.
Not illegals flooding into our country for the purpose of having babies and then being like, oh, they're a U.S. citizen. I have to be here too because who else is going to take care of my baby? See, I mean, it's just when you abuse the system, there needs to be a stop to it. It's the same thing with all the refugee stuff and the ports of entry. And, it's like they're totally asylum seekers. They're totally abusing that system as well. Mm-hmm. So listen, he's just dismantling all of the Joe Biden era border policies. News just broke this morning that the Pentagon was sending up to 1,500 active duty troops to help secure the border. So yeah, there it is. So
good.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you have to at this point. And it's not just, I'm sorry, it's not as funny, but it's just the reality is the amount of fentanyl that's coming in from both borders, the amount of people that are coming through. Like, there's so many different levels to this that has become such a national problem that we are a disgrace.
Yeah.
And it needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Disgrace. What's crazy is these news reports are like breaking news. A country is defending their border. How is that breaking news?
Right.
How does this sound like it's out of the ordinary all of a sudden? That we're arresting people that are in our country illegally, that are killing people? How is that news?
Yeah, when you go on vacation, you don't just run through everybody who's just standing there and be like, no, I should be here.
Right.
There's a process.
God.
Well, you guys are going to love this. Apparently, some immigrants are already leaving the United States in self-deportations as Trump's threats loom. Bye. That's great. Congratulations. I guess you'll maybe not regret getting the free ride to the southern border, but goodbye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, because I don't care how, I don't care why, I just care that you go.
I just think the idea, too, though, of 1,500 people, that are armed on the border is a much better idea than a wall. I understand the point of a wall.
Why not both?
You can have a wall, but it's always, to me, been sort of this symbol than an actual thing that works. I think if you have military there and people actually doing something about it, it's so much more important than something somebody could climb or go under. I don't know if you know about El Chapo. Some of these people dig.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, you obviously need a military presence there because what good is a wall if you're not willing to enforce it, right? But I do, to your point, I do think not only is it a good symbolism of just you may not cross this line right here, right, but it also will deter, I think, a lot of people who are not willing to go through the work of digging.
Yes, some might though.
Maybe they don't have a shovel.
It could be a pre-tunnel.
Well, that's fair.
I've made one myself.
To get to where?
My apartment.